Hi there, welcome to today's painting tutorial. In this episode, we're going to paint a red cardinal with acrylic paints. So let's get started. And I'm going to start with a size 0 round brush. I'm going to take some black paint and I want to paint in the black of the eye. And then around that, I'm going to take some of the gray and just go around the outside of that eye. Okay, and now I'm going to switch to a larger brush and start blocking in some colors. I'm going to start with a size 11 flat brush. So let's take our very darkest value, which is the black, and I'm going to put that around some of these feathers in the very bottom and kind of towards the back. Then I'm going to take some burnt umber and add some of that to the leg in the back and to one of the foot areas. Then I'm going to come around the tail. And just add some dark value there. Okay, now I'm going to take some gray color and I might make that a little bit darker so I can mix some black into that gray. I'm going to go around the back of the bird, going pretty loosely around some of the feather shapes, but I still want to add a little bit of definition to them. And then we can come over here. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this light gray and let's put that over in this area and some in the tail as well. And then up in this area, it's going to block in some gray. And now I'm going to take some of this purple. This is the Folk Art French Lilac Purple. And I'm going to start to block that in as well. So it's a really pretty color. And then I can put some in the tail. Then up around here. And then we can pop this up around this area. I'm just using the edge of my brush to get these smaller little paint strokes. Then over here. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my brush. And then I want to bring in some dark red color. So let's mix some of that up. You can take some of this red, which is a brilliant red, which is a nice primary color. And I'm going to mix a little bit of the burnt umber in there. And then let's add some of that into the tail. And then we can start to add that around the head area. Put some under here, over here. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the size 0 round and let's put in the black around the face. So we have that eye blocked out, and then over here around that eye is going to be kind of a black band that cardinals have. You can try to pop that in using the 0 brush so that you have a little more control. And try to go around the eye and then down in this area. Okay, and then for the beak, so I'm going to switch to a 0 brush, but a clean one, because I want to keep this color light. I'm going to take some of the coral peachy color and add some white to that. And then add this area of the beak. I want to get a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to pick up some of this red and come underneath the beak. Okay, I'm going to mix some of the coral with some of this lilac to get a kind of a muted color. And then let's add that to the beak. Okay, so I think that looks good. Now let's take this flat brush and let's start adding some midtones. So I'm going to take this straight bright red and start blocking that in around this black of the face. And then I can come down here along the belly. Okay, and then a little bit more in the tail. And now let's rinse the brush. It's such an intense color there. So I'm going to take some of the coral and then let's block that in next. Okay, so I'm kind of using this to cover up some of the whites of the paper. And we're coming around the face and around the belly. And then we can come down this way. And in this wing, I'm going to add some of this as well. And now I'm going to mix this gray with the French lilac. And then we'll put that in here. Just use that to cover up some of the white. Okay, I'm going to take that color and put this leg in here, this other foot. Okay, and then I'm actually going to add another color. I'm going to take some brown and just use that to put in the stump of the tree. We don't want that to be well defined at all. You can just put in a few brush strokes over the sketch just to kind of show an impression that it's there. Don't want a lot of detail at all. And if I didn't mention, you can get this sketch linked below and paint along. Okay, so now we'll let this first layer dry and then we'll come back and refine and add details. So now let's go back and add some definition and refine the bird. So I'm going to start with a size 0 round brush. Let's take some of this burnt umber and I'm going to go around where some of these wings or feathers are here at the bottom and start bringing those back. Kind of lost some of them with this sketch. You can try to kind of eyeball it. Okay, and then I'm going to come up over here with the burnt umber. Just starting to make these feather shapes by kind of outlining the shape of the feather. There's a lot of lines. There's kind of a shadow in the middle there where the wings come together. Okay, I'm gonna take some of this red, mix that with a little bit of the burnt umber, and I want to add some darker color here and bring out a shadow. Okay, I'm going to take some of these straight red. And let's start feathering over some of this gray color. And then kind of bring out some little lines here. Just making the texture of the feathers. Okay, so let's take some of the red and mix it with the purple, and then add some white to that. I want to get almost like a highlight color here. And then let's see how that would look over this area. Bring out some more color in the feathers. Then I'll take that color and bring it up here. There's just little highlights of feathers in that area. And up here. And over here as well. So it's kind of a light pink, like a light rosy pink. Okay, so now let's refine the beak. Before I do that, let's take a light gray color with some of the purple and the pink, almost like a beige, and I'm gonna try to put this foot back in. Maybe do a little highlight for the one in the back. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of this coral mixed with the red and feather on top of the foot. Okay, so now let's work on the eye and the beak. So for the eye, we can take some of this burnt umber, mix it with some white, try to get a light brown color, and see if we can put that around the black of the eye. I'm going to put the black back in. And try to go around that brown. And then we'll take a light color, be some white and some gray. And then see if you can carefully go around that eye to make sort of an eyelid. And for the beak, let's take some of this peach color. We need to add some darker colors around here, just as a shadow. Can take some of the burnt umber. See if you can use that as a shadow for the areas in between the beak. It'll be at the very end, at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to take some of this black and see if we can kind of feather that in as well. Sort of comes out this way in the reference photo. Okay, and then I'm going to take some more red and let's actually go around this eye. Okay, now let's add a highlight. So I'm going to take some white and just put that on the top of the beak. And then I'm going to add that highlight to the eye. Then put a little bit of kind of dots and texture around that eye. It's just tiny little wing feather shapes there. Okay, so you can step back and look at your work. I think I need some more shadow around the feet area. And then maybe some white around there just to add some texture. And then we could do some final highlights. So you can take some of the white paint, maybe add some final highlights onto some of the wing shapes. Maybe in the belly area. I'm going to take a little bit of this brown and mix it with some of the peach. Just feel like I need a little more definition on this beak. A little bit more of a shadow. Okay, and I think we will call this complete. I hope you give this a chance. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more tutorials, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.